I would like to invite to the stage the student Isaías Neves dos Santos, who has just graduated. Isaías is going to present a paper called The Mapping of the Mining Companies for Kimberlite in Mato Grosso for the technique of rochagem of the soils. Good morning, everyone. My name is Isaías. I work in mine engineering. I graduated from the Federal University of Mato Grosso. And today I'm going to show you my project of scientific initiation that maps the mining companies working with kimberlite in Mato Grosso. In order to start to talk about the mapping of these mining companies, we need to understand what is this technique that we call rochagem. It's an agroecological technique that can be understood as a technique to remineralize agricultural soils using direct rock dust, using rock dust directly. What is that? That's an input that goes through a process of grinding that allows us to use it using this technique called rochagem. What is kimberlite? This is the matrix rock of the diamonds. It's ultra basic and it has calcium, magnesium, nickel, and chromium. The rochagem in Brazil started to be studied in 1950, and from the 70s on, the focus of the technique started to be the supply of potassium and phosphorus, because these elements were lacking in our soils. Now, the mining in the state of Mato Grosso. The state has a tradition of exploration of diamonds that could be anywhere, and it has a very high market value, being considered one of the most valuable precious stones in the world. The idea of this project was to map these mining companies, because in the state of Mato Grosso we do not have these mining companies registered in the ministry, and they would be the ones to provide us this raw material so that we can create these remineralizers. So the methodology of my project was SIGMINE, which is a platform that makes available a series of tools that allows the users to research the areas of mining process of the National Agency of Mining. And it also does some special analysis of the data provided by the user and the other topics in these layers of the system. The QGIS that is used to create the thematic maps whose areas, georeferenced areas, follow the database of SIGMINE. And also we use the IBGE, the Brazilian Institute of Geography and Statistics, to shape files of the files. So for the creation of these maps, I basically followed the platform of SIGMINE to try to find these mining companies that had an active process in our state and get the peritonals so that we could send to QGIS to create the maps. So as soon as we go to the SIGMINE platform, we get all the information about this mining company, their location, their hectares, their area, and with that we apply it to QGIS, and with this table that we got from SIGMINE, we are able to develop the thematic maps, and the site of IBGE was to get the shape files to actually make the map, like the Brazilian maps of Brazil, maps of each federative unit and each city.
Now here we have the results. We have a mineral process mapping when it comes to diamonds in the Chapada dos Guimarães. They are a few kilometers away from the city of Cuiabá, and we don't have all of them, but most of the mineral processes can be seen here on the map. Okay, so we have availability, mining, the ability to extract diamonds, and the authorization to do research. And so we have the mining processes map in the city of Juína in the northeast of the state of Mato Grosso. And we have all of the diamond mining processes that are ready, available, research authorization, the authorization to do mining, and also the request to do research. And so now we have the granting of the mining to extract diamonds in the Chapada dos Guimarães, and this is the main focus of my project. This is where we're going to get the raw materials to develop this fertilizer. And we have two mining companies here in the state of Mato Grosso. One of them is at Chapada dos Guimarães, and the other active mining companies, they are located in the municipality of Juína. To wrap up, to summarize, the research reveals the presence of diamond mining companies in Chapada dos Guimarães e Juína in the state of Mato Grosso, indicating regions with the potential for the supply of waste so that we can apply this to remineralize. The rochagem technique can enrich the soil with minerals that come from ground rocks, okay? And we can identify potential areas to supply raw materials in the state of Mato Grosso, besides supplying essential nutrients to the plants, okay? And this can represent an efficient strategy to reduce the dependence that we have on importing of these raw materials, okay, to be used in the production of fertilizers. So thank you very much to my university, the Federal University of Mato Grosso, because they gave me the opportunity to take part in this scientific initiation project. Thank you to my advisor. Thank you to Professor Ana Cláudia, who is not here. Thank you to FAPEMAT. They funded our project, okay? And I'm here because of them, thanks to them, and I would like to thank this conference, the Brazilian Phosphate Congress, CBFOS. Thank you so much for having the opportunity to present my project to you. And here is my contact information, and you can read my paper, okay? And you can get in touch with me via social media or via Instagram, LinkedIn. Thank you very much. Thank you, Isaías. Okay, so some people have raised their hands. We have some time for questions, okay? Monica, please, can you please share the microphone with the gentleman over there? Good morning. My name is Joffre. I am a geologist and I work at the Brazilian Geology Services. I have two questions for you. The first one, why in your methodology didn't you use the data from the Brazilian Geological Services? Because we have this database there regarding the state of Mato Grosso. Did you get materials to do the chemical analysis for the rocks of the kimberlites, and were you able to achieve good results? Regarding the Brazilian Geological Services, yes, I use them a lot to do the research itself. In the presentation, I couldn't add that, but in the paper, I have specific information about that. It was a little complicated to develop because when we talk about kimberlites, it's not so available on the internet as other rocks, okay? So it was a bit more complicated, but by doing lots and lots of research, we were able to develop it and use it, okay? Did you get kimberlite materials mainly from Juína to do the analysis, and what was the volume of this material? Would it compensate to do that, to explore it, to do it, and to use rochagem? It has huge potential for the rochagem of the soils, and then when we took it to the lab, this is going to be the second phase of my project. I had to map all of the mining companies, and we could use the lab of the university to see if it's going to be feasible or not to use this remineralizer. Another question at the back, somebody has raised their hand. My name is Francisco. I work at a diamond mining company, okay? And my question is the following. Do you have an idea regarding the process routing to separate the rocks? No, I haven't started studying that part yet, but I believe that we're going to do the separation. I don't know if my professor can help me. Maybe I can give you this answer by the end of the event. Right at this moment, I don't have the answer to that question. Guys, any other questions? Isaías, thank you very, very much once again.